So yeah, I have new tracks in the work, and I am intending to release them on cassette tape. Though I wasn't sure for a long while if I wanted to really do it, but yeah, because of the COVID situation and the shipping costs are up and the production costs are also higher. But I really like to release my tracks, so it sums up this body of work, and then I do another bunch of tracks. So yeah, the idea is to release new cassette tapes in the weeks to come. Today I want to talk about the Yamaha QY10. This is a really neat machine. In fact, this is one of the very first piece of musical equipment that I have ever bought. This is not the one I bought in 1991, by the way. I sold it around 1996, I guess. And 2 years ago, I was thinking, hey, I could use a sequencer. I thought that QY10 that I used to own in the 90s could be a good option to what I was looking for. So I seeked one on eBay, I found one, and yes, I bought it 2 years ago. So the Yamaha QY10 right here, music sequencer. This is an 8-track MIDI sequencer. Back in the days it was sold as a Walkstation, Walkman, and Workstation. So yeah, it's a pun. It was one of the first piece of gear that was aiming to that studio in your pocket approach. And it was kind of a little revolution for musicians back then, because it is a synthesizer, it's also a recorder, MIDI recorder, sequencer, it's a drum machine. If you were about to go on vacation, let's say in 1991, and you wanted to still be able to record your songs or do some little demos while you were laying on the beach, this was the perfect machine to bring with you. Now, on the memory side, you were able to record up to 6,000 notes, 6,000 MIDI notes. Yeah, it may seem a lot, but again, you can feel it quite rapidly. And back in the days, I didn't have this yet, which is a drive. This is the Yamaha MDF2, and I got this around 1995, and it was a game changer for me. I could with this back up my songs on a floppy disks and record it anytime I wanted. So yeah, it was very handy to be able to do it. But before I got the MDF2, I had to back up my songs on cassette tapes on my multi-tracks, and then do overdubs, and then clear the whole thing and start anew. Those were the days. The synth engine on the QY10 is sample based. It's a Rumbler, it's 12-bit, and I have to say that the sounds are pretty good. The drum sounds are very, very interesting, and the synths, the pads, the string sounds. Yeah, I used to work with it all the time back in the days. In fact, I made my first releases with it. It's all over the place. Anyway, now it's 2020, and again, I am using it all the time. So when this machine is not triggered by Logic or Ableton Live, it is triggered by the Yamaha QY10. So how this machine can be so useful to me in 2020. And what I did is that I programmed songs into the QY10, always using the 4 first tracks. and I did record on each of these tracks MIDI note patterns. So let's say that I have 4 programs ready to be triggered in the sampler. I just have to fire this up, set the proper tempo I want, then align every samples to the tempo and choose a song and hit play. From then I can load another song anytime I want, and as long as I stays in the same tempo, it will work perfectly. So on the spot, this can bring me new ideas, and I can go directly into Logic and record it, or on tape, being the reel-to-reel, or the multi-track cassette recorder. And yeah, this is a pretty effective way to lay down a bed track very quickly. You have to know that the clock in this is very bad. So my solution and what I do is that I will slave it to the Chaos Theater Pro right here. But still sometimes I will let it drift. And you never know, it could generate a very cool vibe. So yeah, whatever works.